Hey guys, welcome in. I'm Shayla, the Chakra Kingdom founder, and I'm here today with Raymundo. And he took the 90-day Transform series, and we're so excited to sit down with him and chat with him. But Ray, let's just hear a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, first, thank you for having me, Shay. I had an awesome time with the Chakra Kingdom series. Let's see. I am currently in Brazil, which has been a big dream of mine, just turned 30 in the Amazon jungle.
Wow.
A lot of my time is dedicated to traveling the world. I'm a digital nomad, online marketer. I'm working on starting my own businesses and really on the path to self-mastery, getting to know myself, becoming the best person that I can be, super into personal development and adventures.
Oh, I love it. And I've just witnessed your growth and journey. And part of you being in the Transform series, you were talking a lot about being in the Amazon and wanting to be in Brazil. And now you're doing it like literally right now. It's so cool.
Yeah, oh yeah. Last time when I was in the Transform series, I was traveling in Mexico, which is my hometown. I got to meet my home country, my home city where my parents grew up. I got to see my mother's childhood home, my father's childhood home, and got to meet all my family that I've never met before. So now,
I
that was
remember.
beautiful. And now I'm in Brazil, like living my ideal life. So good to be here.
Oh, I love it. And let's like kind of tie that in because I remember that process. So when you were in the 90-day Transform series, I remember you going to your hometown and what kind of stuff came up during that time? Do you remember around your parents and relationships? We were kind of moving through some, masculine, feminine dynamics and doing some inner child shadow work and things. So do you remember any kind of experiences from that?
Yeah, a lot of the troubles and the struggles that I was facing at the time was around like stability and like having people supporting me, my support system. When you're constantly traveling, everything's new, everything's different. Sometimes you have to learn the language. You may not have a stable location for a long time. I was moving maybe once every week, once every 2 weeks to a different Airbnb. So a lot of moving parts, and it kind of makes you feel like you were pulled out of your roots, like you're not grounded quite
Mhm.
literally. And with the chakra series, I figured that there are a few things that are constant in my life. My work was one of them, my relationships was another one, and the chakra series gave me a container to be able to have some consistency, see people again and again, and to get to know myself. That's another thing that was consistent, was that I am who I am, no matter my environment, no matter what country I'm in. I love to exercise. I love to be in nature. I love to do yoga. I love personal development, and I love growing businesses. So when I got to Acapulco, my family greeted me so warmly, and I had never met these people before. Like, they're my
I
family, but I've
remember.
never met them. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was beautiful because, I was feeling very ungrounded, unrooted. And then
Mhm.
these strangers to me, they took me in with open arms. They made me food. They invited me into their homes.
Wow.
And it felt like a big hug. It felt like very warm. And
Mhm.
it reminded me that, like, although I may be moving and feeling ungrounded, I'll always have the support systems of my romantic relationships, my familial relationships, my work relationships, my personal development relationships. So all of that together was very nice. It made me feel like I had a home away from
Yeah,
home, no
yeah.
matter where I am. So the Chakra Kingdom series did a lot for me in terms of making me feel stable and giving me a group of friends and being able to express myself freely without fear of consequences or judgment. And really that's what you want when you're growing or traveling. You want to explore yourself. And it gave me a good container to
Mm.
be able to look inwards and learn a lot about myself. So that was a beautiful thing that coincided with the Chakra Kingdom series, and I do not think that was an accident. I think that was very intentionally the universe telling me that I am loved and I belong.
Oh, I love that. It's so cool and true because it's like I witnessed and kind of watched you ebb and flow into like this even more assertive, confident, like joy for life that kind of unfolded for you. And you mentioned a couple times, like, looking inward and being more connected to yourself and the patterns that you kind of got to see within and still being held in that safe container. And then also, it's true how you kind of saw it also reflected in business, personal relationships, and family dynamics. And that's kind of something the container holds. It's like it allows you to shift your relationships on all fronts, but also find that kind of like stability, nervous system reset. And I know that you kind of went through this phase in the series where you were really kind of understanding masculine, feminine energetics within yourself, within your partner, within your relationships. And how did it kind of make you see a little deeper into where you might have been operating in a wounded space or in a confident space, and you were able to like embody and merge that for yourself? And how is that going now for you in your relationship?
Yeah, well, great question. When I like growing up, I was taught, but I'm Mexican of Mexican descent, and there's a big
Mhm.
culture of machismo, and this is what being a man means, and traditional gender roles. So I was always raised to like hold in my emotions, to like not show them, never complain, to be a man, and to like bear the brute pain and just like move onwards. So for the beginning of my life, most of my life, that's what I was doing. And maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I took a different coaching program that taught me about feminine energy, and I really leaned into that. I really leaned into that. Maybe a little too far. I like skewed the other way.
Right. We pendulum swing sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So with the Chakra Kingdom series, I gained balance when it came to my masculine and feminine energy, and you did a really good job at teaching me that different situations call for different aspects of one's self. So I realized that in my romantic relationships, I love being a masculine man, and I love protecting and providing and planning and all of the things that come. It gives me great joy, great energy to do that. But when it comes to other aspects of my life, I like being taken care of, and I like being held and nurtured and being said sweet things to. And I really learned the balance. One of the things that I really gained from Chakra Kingdom was the ability to emotionally regulate
Mhm.
myself, which is the core of being able to provide containment for those around me. Once I can get my own emotions contained and in order, and not necessarily hide from them or push them away, but to face them truly as raw as possible, then I can understand what it is that they're trying to tell me, what the signal that they're sending is, and I can deal with the root cause of that emotion instead of just the symptom of that emotion. So I was able to look deeper inwards and find out, what are my emotions trying to tell me? Why am I so emotional all of the time? Like, why do some things affect me so deeply? And why do some things that should affect me have no effect on me at all? Like, I've built a very hard exterior when it comes to pain and bad things, but when it comes to like good things, I cry like so easy. When I'm happy, I'm a happy crier. When I'm sad, nothing penetrates my guard that I've built. And Chakra Kingdom taught me how to balance all of those things, not only for myself, but those around me. When I was being emotional, I realized that it doesn't only affect myself, it affects my romantic relationships, my family, my work. So that was a huge thing that came for me, was realizing that I don't have to be one or the other. I can be all of them, and different situations call for different masculine and feminine energies.
Oh my gosh, that is so well said. I literally like was so trying to contain myself because I was the joy that was bursting out was like you just nailed that so precisely on true masculinity. And that is the backwards thing that we have in our society today, and why we have so many people that are dysregulated and on autopilot and like frustrated and not able to face their emotions because we were like taught in our generation to just push things down and not actually express or even question the narrative or understand ourselves deeper. Ooh, that was so good. I love it. So, what would you say? Was there a week pinpointing a certain chakra that was pretty tough for you, or a week in general, or anything that you were like, oh my gosh, whoa, I don't know if I can do this, or is this too much for me right now?
Yeah, I'd say there was perhaps two of them. Let's see. First of all, I noticed that there was a lot of synchronicities when I was in the Chakra Kingdom container. Like the chakra would align with a book that I'm reading, would align with like the podcast that I'm being recommended, would align with like a life event that's going on. And that happened consistently. So there was a lot of magic in the air.
Set
And
up like that. When you see it too, it's like so on point. Oh my God, I love it.
so that was, that was a good sign from the universe. Like that was telling me I'm right where I need to be. That's what synchronicities mean to me,
Yeah.
is you are where you need to be. So that was very reassuring, especially, I mentioned that I was feeling ungrounded and unrooted because of all the change, constant change in my life. So it was extremely reassuring. But when it comes to the weeks that were most impactful for me, there was one around blaming and shaming,
Hmm.
and there was one about keeping things in, like not speaking my mind or not saying the thing that's on my mind because I feel like I'm gonna get punished,
Hmm.
things like
Throat
that.
chakra.
Yeah, the throat chakra. And then which one is the shame and blame? Shame and deny?
Shame, blame, could be solar plexus, could be sacral. It just depends on kind of, could be root, a little bit dependent upon where we're at in the framework we're doing. But in those kind of lower chakras for those, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was the sacral chakra,
Hmm.
which is the one that has to do with sexual energy as well, right?
Yep. And relationships and desires.
Yeah, definitely that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Some of the problems that I faced while I was in the container were that I was constantly blaming myself and
Mm,
being shamed externally. My family does that in order to control me. That's like their method of control against me. That's how they raised me. That's how they kept me in check. That's how they got me to do what they wanted. Not necessarily what was best for me, but what was convenient for them.
survival for
Yeah.
them almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that stuck with me in my adulthood. I would always blame myself for things, and I
Hmm.
would react very emotionally to being shamed about things. And as a
Hmm.
result, then
Close off.
shame myself. Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
And I would accept it and I would take it. I wouldn't question anything,
Hmm.
which has been like bad in previous relationships where I've been shamed and blamed. And it's like, I'm not the one at fault here, but I'm
Hmm.
being manipulated because of
Hmm.
these inner child wounds that were never healed or addressed.
Yeah.
So that was huge for me.
That
And
is a big
Chakra,
one.
yeah, and Chakra Kingdom helped me shine some light on that. I refer to that as one of my shadow aspects,
Hmm.
and I was able to put light on that shadow and like take a look at it, like speak to my inner child. There was a few exercises where I would speak to my inner child and then ask them like, how did this happen? Like, what are the memories that caused these traumas in you? And what do you
Hmm.
need from me? From my adult self to my inner child self, what do you need from me? How can I help you? How can I support you? Like, I want you to know that I'm here for you and
Hmm.
that you have a great future ahead of you. Like you can believe me because I've lived it. All of your
Hmm.
dreams come true and you'll set goals bigger than you could even imagine. So like all of the
Hmm.
things that you're going through, they're for a reason and good comes out of them. And I want you to know that it's not your fault, it's your environment. You're not a
Mm.
bad person. You're just in a bad surrounding. So don't
Yes.
blame yourself, don't shame yourself. It's not you, it's those around you. And that was so healing. That was super healing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. It's so true because our environment really does, especially when we're trying to break through like transformation and growth. If we're continuing, our mirror is reflecting back that old self and that those old traumas, but like the actual transformation itself to break through that can be so hard. And I think that's why Chakra Kingdom, the Transform series worked so well because you have that support and that kind of framework to be like, oh no, I know who I am. I can trust this part of me and I can look at those shadow sides and see the things that have not been of my awareness and consciousness and running subconsciously my life as an adult. And now I can actually have the space to shift, change it, and show up as this new version, higher self version of ourselves. And it was like watching each week and seeing you go through it, it was wild because when you came in, I remember there was a bit of like a people pleaser energy. And I only say this because same thing. I've been through it. I attract clients and people that have to go through that too and work through it. And it was like, I just witnessed you over 90 days just break through that and like really step into who you are, knowing what you want, feeling safe and stable to go in and out of these dynamics and situations and experiences. And it's just been mind blowing and so cool to watch you.
Yeah, thank you, Shay. I appreciate that. It feels good to be myself, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah.
it. Amazing. And what would you kind of tell anyone that is looking at maybe joining us for the 90-day Transform series online or wanting to do it?
Let's see. I would say that if you're in a place where you need community,
Hmm.
you want self-reflection, and you want people that are consistent, open, caring, welcoming. If you want to grow and you feel like you have blocks within yourself that you may not be able to address by yourself or that they're hidden, your unknown unknowns, Chakra Kingdom is a wonderful place to get a community, to get inner reflection, to get exercises, to get a coach who cares about you, is consistent, will follow up with you, that wants the best for you. If you're into inner work, child healing, shadow integration, and just overall personal development, emotional mastery, emotional regulation, this is the perfect container for somebody that's interested in all of these things in order to grow personally, spiritually, emotionally. I even grew professionally. Um, yeah, I shared a vision board that I made inside of Chakra Kingdom, and a lot of these goals have already came true. I am currently in Brazil celebrating my 30th birthday in the beautiful Amazon jungle.
So good.
I got my Mexican citizenship, so now I am a dual citizenship, which on my vision board. I'm so close to getting a new job that pays me at least 150,000, which was my goal and is on my vision board. And so much has happened since then. I'm using artificial intelligence for my personal self, for my businesses, and I've started a new business which is AI focused to help people grow their businesses.
Wow.
So all of this has happened within the container, and I've gotten great results. I'm much happier now than I was when I went in. And life is good. Life is good. Yeah. And you could have the
Oh.
same thing. You could have the same thing. Like, I'm not special. I'm not, a miracle worker. I just put in the work. I did the
Hmm.
time. And if you
Hmm.
take the same actions, you can get the same results.
Oh, it's so good. I'm so proud of you and excited and happy for you too. And you kind of said putting in the work. I want to just kind of tap in that on that quick because a lot of people think like, oh, I'm gonna have to commit to this program and it's like a to-do list. But I really want to stress to people like we do recommend 20 minutes a day, a 10-minute meditation, and like 10 minutes of the module work minimum if you can. That's bare minimum for really high level people that are extremely busy. But if you can put in 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day, that's a little bit better. And then we have the coaching call, group call, 1 hour per week. How did that work for you? Was it doable with your schedule, with traveling, with work, and kind of reflect on that for me?
Yeah. So, in terms of the time commitment for Chakra Kingdom, it's extremely doable. I am a full-time professional worker, so I have a full-time job. I'm traveling full-time as well. I have a girlfriend, I have a social life, and I have a business. And I was able to fit Chakra Kingdom on my schedule because it doesn't take a long time. If you journal frequently or on a daily basis, then you could just integrate it into your daily journal practice. It could take 5, 10 minutes a day. And that was enough for me to do self-reflection, to do some inner child work, some shadow integration. And a lot of the magic happens inside of the coaching calls. It's not a lot of homework. It is mostly reflection. You can do it on a walk. You could do it. My favorite was in a jacuzzi.
Love it.
And you just show up into the group coaching calls, and that's when all of the magic happens. That's when you realize things that you hadn't realized by yourself, when the people in the container bring stuff up that triggers memories. It doesn't take a lot of time. If I could do it with my extreme lifestyle, then you can do it as well.
Oh, I love that. It's amazing. And I'm so grateful for you. And thank you again, Ray, for being here, for doing this with me today, and for being a part of the Transform series in Chakra Kingdom.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Shay. Thank you so much for being a wonderful coach, a wonderful mentor. If anyone's thinking about doing Chakra Kingdom, I highly recommend it. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm thriving, and I really believe that your past efforts dictate your future life, so you owe it to your future self.
Ah, amazing. Have the best time in Brazil, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Shay. I'm here whenever you need me.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Shay with Chakra Kingdom, and we'll see you guys in the next video.